There is power in a story, and we all have a story. Our stories, if told, can inspire, encourage, and motivate. Hi, I am Rhonda, and welcome to the Book of Lives. Hi everyone, welcome to the Book of Lives. Today we are going to hear the story of a young business professional and author. Her name is Samanthani. Samanthani, welcome.
Hey, Rhonda. Thank you very much. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for taking time off to talk with us. So tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, where you're from, what has your journey been like so far?
Well, Rhonda, it's been a very long journey. Just like yourself, we're about the same age. We're originally from Guyana. You and I lived on the same street. I went to Saints, and then I went on to UG and studied 2 diplomas. And I worked for almost maybe 15 years, and here I am. I'm living now in Florida, and I finished my master's while I was in Florida, and I'm working. I'm almost 20-something years working so far in the business field.
Lovely. So Samanthani, you wrote a book. Tell us about that journey. Tell us about that process.
So the book was an offspring of doing my master's. It's from my thesis. And the concept of it was when I was doing the proposal for the thesis, and I came across this unusual article about soft skills for global managers. And I was very intrigued by that article. And as I looked up the topic on the article, I found there was actually no other topic like that. There are soft skills everywhere. But this book, The Soft Skills for Global Managers, came from that idea because I had to put all the material together to build on this topic, to add context to it that's so valuable for persons out there.
Mm-hmm. So what exactly are soft skills? Tell us a little bit about that. What are these soft skills?
So soft skills generally are known as people skills. Most persons know soft skills as interpersonal skills, communication, leadership. In a general context, that's what soft skills usually is. However, soft skills for global managers are a little bit more advanced and takes into the context of culture and ethics and a bit more, detail in management.
So, Samanthani, why exactly are soft skills important for global managers or just managers in general?
Soft skills are important for global managers because management is it's very simple. Management has been about for years. You don't hear persons talking a lot about soft skills. The reason it's important is that as a manager, it is important that you have great leadership skills. You have to have great interpersonal skills. You have to have excellent communication to be a good manager. And very often we find managers advance into management position, whether by experience, whether by education, or whether by coaching, or whether by reference. And they come to the position, but sometimes, or most times, they are missing the required soft skills. I know you asked me the question about soft skills for managers. I look at soft skills for manager at one level, and I also look at soft skills for global managers at an entirely different level. So there's a gap in there between the two. If you're looking at soft skills for global managers, global managers have advanced, generally are managers who have advanced beyond being just a manager. As a global manager, it means they're running subsidiaries, they're running international companies, multinational corporations, and stuff like that. And with that comes the responsibility of ethics, of integrity, of honesty, and cultural cognizance that is required. And so being the global manager, the impact of soft skills greatly affects the success or failure of the organization that you're running and the persons that you're managing.
One of the things that I like about the book, and I did read the book, I love the book, very comprehensive. I love the real world examples that just bring to life the theory. So one of the things though that struck me was that you mentioned these soft skills are not just important for global managers, they're also important in one's own personal life. Why is that?
That's correct. In one's own personal life, very often, you have to develop certain characteristics and you have to develop certain abilities. And in your personal life, it's good to have stuff, some of the features that are part of the soft skills development, such as the honesty, the integrity, the leadership. Leadership, one might ask, why would you need leadership in your personal life? Because there's always someone looking up to you, whether it's your kids, your nieces, your nephews, grandkids, whoever. A child in the neighborhood, somebody who is you're coaching or mentoring. So that's your personal life, and leadership is important. It's good to have good ethics. It's good to have good discipline. So a lot of the factors, and culture is a big thing. Like we said, global manager, culture is a big thing for a global manager. In your personal life, culture is also a big thing. It's good to be embrace the culture that you're from. It's good to be able to embrace the cultures, more importantly, embrace the cultures of others. And that creates the unity that you need, whether it's in your family. We know, coming from Guyana, and even everywhere around the world, diversity is a big thing. They're mixed families. You have Caucasian mixed with Asian, with Spanish, it's very mixed up in every single country in the world, and the diversity is great. So in your personal life, you do have to have soft skills to be a good person, a good individual, whether it's in your home, in your community, in your workplace, in your classroom, wherever.
Excellent. So like I said, I read the book. My favorite chapter is chapter 3, where you talk about leadership, and you mentioned that leadership fosters innovation and collaboration. What was your favorite chapter?
My favorite chapter was actually chapter 9. I can't say, I actually went through the book again this afternoon, and I'm thinking I really can't identify one particular chapter that's my favorite. But then I looked at chapter 9 and I said, this was really the whole big impact of doing this book. And the reason is chapter 9 is scandals and failures. And that was the stimulation that brought the book out, because when we talk about soft skills, and people take soft skills for granted, they're like, it's not a big thing, depending on who you are. Nobody talks about soft skills as much as it should be spoken about. Scandals and failures was an eye-opener. It's you realize why companies have failed. We've mentioned quite a few big multinational corporations in that chapter, and the book highlights how these organizations have succeeded using soft skills, and it also shows how the organizations failed not applying soft skills to their leaders.
So Samanthani, what's next for you? Another book, perhaps?
No, I'm not going to do another book as yet. But next, it's this can grow some more. There are more aspects from this book that I can develop and I can put out there. The important thing is sharing the knowledge, educating others about the importance of being a global manager, how to use soft skills, even if you're not a global manager, how important soft skills is, even if you're just a lead, a manager, a role model, whatever you are. So my work is focused on getting that information out there to others.
Excellent. So if someone wanted a copy of your book, how and where can they get it?
The book is available on Amazon, through Trimark Press, and they can link you directly to the publishers for libraries and classrooms.
Okay. So before we go, do you have any words of encouragement for perhaps someone who wants to write a book or someone who is about to pursue something that seems a bit overwhelming? What would you tell them?
Sharing my experience with persons, I will say that once you have a dream and the intentions are good, some people do have dreams, the intentions are not always good. Persons, and be realistic. Once you're realistic, go after it. Don't weigh out, and when I say be realistic, you have to consider your factors, where you're in, where you're from, and where do you want to go. And if you can actually make a list of the things that you need to do to get there, you go ahead and you do it. You start plotting, give yourself a timeline, and work on achieving. Nothing is too big to achieve. And no one can, persons will always give you 100 reasons as to why you can't do it. But you can do anything. You know, the encouragement is, put your heart and soul into it. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. It's going to happen. If you don't succeed at the first time or the second time, do not give up. Look at what's going wrong and then try a different strategy the third time. If the initial dream does not materialize, I'm sure by the third time you'll do some adjustments to the dream and you'll still make a great achievement. And that's what's important. Make that mark in your life that makes you feel purposeful.
Excellent. Great advice. Great advice. Samanthani, I want to say thanks once again. All the best in your endeavors. I wish you well. And for you who are watching, thank you. For you who are watching, thank you for watching the Book of Lives. Until next time, stay inspired. Bye-bye.